Good morning, everybody. We are going to talk about pandemic depression. I don't know about you, but I have seen an absolute rise in people feeling defeated, depressed, lack of energy, unmotivated. And so we're going to have an open discussion about it this morning. All right, how about we start with a Coffee with Colby quote? All right, here we go. Ready? Let's see. Which one do we want? This one. The key is this. If that story is not working for you, get rid of it. Purge it. If you are holding on to something physically and you no longer need it, get rid of it. Purge it. If you're holding on to a relationship that is no longer serving you, get rid of it. Purge that too. So it's all about purging and getting rid of what you no longer need and what no longer serves you. All right, so let's talk about this pandemic depression. So obviously, as a world, as a whole, we've been on lockdown, some places more than others. Our liberties have been limited, our freedoms are limited, and that has really had an impact on a lot of people, especially when you cannot mingle with others really in a social environment. Your routine has been changed. Perhaps your income has been limited, or you may have even lost your job. There's a lot here where there's a lot of change, right? Relationships change, friendships change, your social conditioning has changed, your finances have changed, your freedom has changed. So that's a lot of change in a short period of time. And there's a lot of people before the pandemic that were, I don't need anyone, I'm super independent, blah, blah, blah. But the pandemic has really shown us as a whole, we are meant to mingle. We are meant to get together as a society. We need that energy from one another. So when it has been limited and really suppressed, okay, it's not just limited, it's suppressed. That can cause us to be depressed, right? So the suppression causes depression, okay? So there we go. It's one of these things here where we have to be kind to ourselves and we have to be kind to one another. Please, please be kind to one another, because this depression isn't just going to go away. There's a lot of people who have been shaken to the core over their, just not even just the suppression and the limitation, but it's also the reflection, right? Because a lot of you, give me hearts if this is you, been thinking about your life. Are you on the right path? Are you happy? Are you happy where you're living? Are you happy doing what you're doing? Are you happy in your relation? You've been really reflecting, right? Because what do we do when there's nothing to do? We think and then we overthink. So there's a lot of going on. And then what happens is when you realize change is needed, when you realize you're ready for a shift, you're ready for a change. Well, guess what? Now you can't, because nothing is open. Nothing is available. You can't just go to school. It has to be online. You can't just go and meet friends. You have to be inside. You're ready for a relationship, but you can't date. You're in an unhappy relationship, but you can't leave. So there's a lot happening and a lot of limitations, right? There's those limitations that we may be dealing with. With this, it's trying to be positive through it, knowing that everything is temporary, okay? Everything is temporary. And we will get through this. But there are people that are really struggling mentally and emotionally. I've even had clients where, someone just wants to throw some medication at them. And, medication is just not always going to be the answer, right? Of course, it's going to help in some circumstances, and your physician is the one to ask about it. But if it's really feeling like there's a transition for you or an emotional uproar, upheaval, then let's look at it. What's creating it? Get to the bottom of it. Be willing to look within to say to yourself, what is causing me to feel unhappy? What is creating imbalance within? So, yes, it can be outside factors that are contributing, okay? But that balance and that happiness has to come from within. And you are able to have that. So if you know for a fact 100% it is possible to be happy within yourself and balanced within yourself, then you can have hope, right? That hope, that motivation, that positive, that inspiration, all of that will keep you driving forward. But then you have to kind of do the work with it. You have to be able to say to yourself, what needs to change for me? And then you have to be honest about it, right? Sometimes you may know it, but you don't want to face it. Now, I hear you. I hear you. It's not easy to create change. It's not easy to be honest and authentic with yourself, especially when it comes to making a difficult decision. But when you have the courage to do that, when you have the courage to move forward, you will start to feel better. You'll start to feel more hopeful. You'll start to feel more motivated, energetic. So yes, I hear you. I feel you. Some of you may want to get in and put the covers over your head and just say, call me in February or March when this is all over. But we have to be able to move through what is difficult. We have to be able to move through our own emotions and our own baggage and our own blocks, and not depend on other people to fix us or to give us the magical answers. The answers are within you. Only you know what's going to make you happy. Only you know what's going to make you feel fulfilled and in balance. And some of you already know the answers to it, but like I said, it's like, ooh, well, now's not a good time, or I can't leave the relationship because of XYZ, or I can't study this because of ABC. And it's, again, if we continue to create excuses, we will have no movement. But the movement is what will help you move out of the pandemic depression. So what else is causing the pandemic depression? The other thing is this feeling of helplessness, this feeling of you're feeling the energy of the world. You're feeling the energy of other people. You're hearing about people being sick, or you're hearing about people being laid off. You're hearing about friends, even strangers. You're hearing the impact. Okay, so if you're an empath, right? What is an empath? You feel the emotions of other people. You feel the energy around you. You feel the energy of the world, nature, other people, animals, all of it. That empathicness, that energy, that kind of lower vibration, you're tuning into. So of course it can make you feel depressed, right? That's a lot on your shoulders. That's a lot to carry on your shoulders, but release what is not yours. We can have compassion and we can have empathy, and then think of something that you can do to help, okay? So rather than holding all of that on your shoulders, you're gonna get tired, and it's just too much. That's everything. So rather than doing that, take it off your shoulders and just put it over here and understand it and give it love, but then say, okay, what's one thing I can do? You know, is it me helping one family, me helping one person, me sending love to it, me giving positive energy, me shifting here to raise the vibration in a different way? So doing these things will help alleviate that heaviness that you are carrying on behalf of others. Now, we have all of this coming up for us, right? Some of you have not had a vacation or a break in a really traditional way that you may have been used to. But that doesn't mean you can't get a little getaway. And that doesn't mean that you can't find moments of peace and serenity. We have to unlock the circumstances that are keeping us confined. Your imagination is completely free. Your imagination is wonderful. So escape through that imagination. So if you go for a walk, or if you can get to the beach for a day, or get to a park for the day, or anywhere, you seriously can create a moment of peace and tranquility just anywhere that you are. It doesn't have to be on a destination. And yes, plans change. Yes, things are set back in a lot of ways, but look at what you can do. So rather than focusing on what you can't do and how your hands are tied and things like this, just say to yourself, all right, what can I do? Maybe you've been wanting to write. How many of you have said, oh, I'd love to write? Are you writing? Have you been doing it? Did you create something? How many of you have always wanted to try art? Have you done it? Create. Do something. You could still plant your garden or fix something up. Create a little project for yourself. You know, these are just little ways to help keep us going, okay? Help keep us moving forward. Understanding that, yes, you know, it is a tough time. It's a tough time for most people, all right? Most people are, you are not alone. Now, hear that last part? You're not alone. So don't act as if you're alone. Share it with friends. Tell people that you need help. Tell people that you're struggling. Tell your friends, tell your family. Don't try to hold it all in. What are you proving? What are you trying to prove? Reach out and say, my goodness, I could really use a conversation right now. Set up a Skype or Zoom date, you know, or call a friend. Do something and share that experience. Hey, I'm just feeling really sad, or I'm feeling really lonely. Before the pandemic, before COVID, we were all having trouble communicating anyway. Communication was through Facebook and social media and emojis. Like, when did an emoji become a form of communication? And there's nothing wrong with it, but use your words, right? I sound like now I'm your mom when you're 5. Use your words. But how true is that? Use your words. Don't be afraid to say how you're feeling. But after you say it, then be action oriented. All right, this is how I feel. This doesn't feel good. I don't want to feel this way. What can I do? And you may not have the answer, because if your head is clouded with worry and doubt and fear, you may not have that clarity. Fine, that's good enough. Then start sharing it with friends. Maybe they'll have suggestions, but be open to their suggestions. Don't be one of those people. No, that's not going to work. Oh, I can't do that. No, not this. Stop that. Stop. Then you're just going to perpetuate your situation. So if you're not going to listen to other people's ideas and inspirations, or not be actively motivated to say, hey, how can I move out of this? You're going to stay stuck in it. And why would you want to? These are things you can do. We're all feeling it. You are not alone. All right. You are not alone. If you need help, if you feel that you're in a crisis, call a crisis line. Be active in your own mental health. If you see someone, now this is a little bit of responsibility. If you know someone that's really struggling, reach out. If you haven't heard from someone in a while, reach out to them. See if they're okay. Check in with your friends. Check in with your family. Check in with your neighbors. This will help you. We have to help ourselves. We have to. You have to be an active participant in your own life. Be proactive. That's really going to help you. Be patient with your emotions and your feelings, okay? Know that you're not alone. There's a lot of people feeling a sense of helplessness. You don't have to fix everything, but one small act that you can do may have this incredible domino effect that lifts your mood or alleviates that heaviness. And you can find a way through it, okay? We're not meant to be in the darkness, okay? Some of you are not as productive in work or financial, especially if you work for yourself. I totally get it. But then think around it. What else can you do? How else can it be done? Using that creative faculty of yours can help you survive, thrive, and stay motivated and positive, okay? I do hope this helps. So, let's see. I have a couple things coming up. Wednesday is Secrets of Intuition. All right, so the Secrets of Intuition is going to be really powerful. We're all intuitive, but maybe you have not been as tuned in lately, right? Things are a little heavy for you. Or maybe you're not sure how to really lock into it. So Secrets of Intuition is going to help you. It's for anybody, any level, Wednesday night. Grab your ticket while they're available and you come join me, and we are going to spend a couple hours helping you understand and comprehend the secrets of intuition. Then also on October 5th, that's a Monday, Whisper from Heaven. This is a night of spirit messages. You know, this is a wonderful thing. I have connected to so many loved ones on the other side. They are really here to help and lift us and remind us that they're around us. So this is going to be a fantastic evening of spirit connection and communication. And don't miss the Colby Rebel Show this Thursday night. Guess who's on? Lauren Rainbow is back. And this is really incredible. So I'm very, very excited. Lots of love to you, everybody. Please keep your spirits high. Do what you need to do. Communicate with friends. Reach out to relatives. Reach out to everyone you know that could use a little bit of love. Be kind. And remember to shine your light and shine it bright. Feel free to share, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.